Alright, let's talk about Mornye because after the 3.0.5 beta, this character is no longer just interesting. She's terrifying in the best possible way. Mornye is a Fusion broad blade user, but she doesn't play like your usual Fusion DPS. She plays like someone who controls the entire fight, the pace, the safety, and the damage. Her normal attacks are straightforward at first. Up to 4 hits on the ground, fusion damage on every strike. Heavy attacks consume stamina, hit hard, and keep pressure on enemies. Nothing crazy, until you realize this is only her baseline state. Once you start fighting, Mornye begins generating rest mass energy. Every basic attack, every dodge counter, every proper hit pushes her closer to that 100-point threshold. And the moment she hits it, her heavy attack completely changes. Instead of a normal heavy attack, she unleashes geopotential shift. She consumes all that stored energy, deals a massive fusion hit, launches herself into midair, and instantly enters her wide area observation mode. This is where Mornye truly wakes up. In this mode, her basic attacks change entirely. She attacks in the air, summons hover cannons, and starts building relative momentum instead of rest mass energy. You're no longer just attacking, you're maintaining momentum. If your relative momentum is still below 100, holding normal attack chains her wide area attacks smoothly. But the moment it reaches 100, she flips the switch again. Her heavy attack turns into inversion, a mid-air fusion strike that consumes all relative momentum and applies observation marker to the enemy. And this marker is extremely important. Enemies marked this way become anchors for her entire kit. When your team breaks enemies, triggers Toon Rupture, or stacks Toon Strain, Mornye starts responding automatically. She fires particle jets, deals extra fusion damage, and begins layering debuffs that boost team damage. Now here's where 3.0.5 changes really hit. Energy Regen is no longer just a comfort stat for Mornye. It is her damage stat. For every 1% of Energy Regen above 100, her interfered marker increases team damage. Her Resonance Liberation gains crit rate and crit damage. Her Resonance Chain buff scale harder. The more Energy Regen you stack, the more dangerous she becomes. Her Resonance skill is another huge part of her control. When you activate Expectation Error, she heals nearby allies and enters a parry state. If an enemy attacks her during this window, she completely negates the damage and counterattacks instantly. If they don't attack, she smoothly transitions back into her combo. And when she's already in observation mode, that same skill turns into Distributed Array. More healing, hover cannons firing, fusion damage raining down, even in mid-air. Then there's her Syntony field. When Mornye creates this field, enemies inside take fusion damage immediately. All allies inside get healed over time. Their off-tune buildup increases massively, and their resistance to interruption goes up. You don't just survive inside her field, you dominate. When she casts her Resonance Liberation, everything escalates. She strikes all enemies in range with fusion damage. Her crit rate and crit damage skyrocket based on Energy Regen. And if an interfered marker exists, it's consumed to create a high Syntony field. This upgraded field heals more, boosts DF for the whole team, keeps interruption resistance high, and locks the fight firmly in your favor. Her inherent skills quietly push her even further. Extra Energy Regen, Concerto Energy Refunds. And then there's Proof of Boundedness. This buff alone can save entire runs. It prevents one-shots, caps massive damage, stops fatal blows, and heals your active character when it expires. Mornye doesn't just help your team deal damage. She keeps them alive when things go wrong. And once you start unlocking resonance chains, she scales hard. Interruption immunity, more off-tune buildup, team crit buffs tied to her Energy Regen, stronger healing, bigger liberation damage. And at the final chain, her liberation hits again and again like a collapsing star. This is not a simple character. But in 3.0.5 she finally feels complete. She's a fusion controller, a battlefield stabilizer, a late-game scaling monster that rewards smart play and proper investment. If you enjoy characters that grow stronger the longer the fight lasts, Mornye is absolutely someone you should be watching. And trust me, this isn't even her final form.